Hello, we want to welcome you to the Sunnyside Community Voice. We're back in the studio. For the past couple of weeks, we've been filming away from the studio, but we're now back in the studio. And today, Pastor Nash and I, we're just going to go over some of the things that we have been doing for the past couple of months, some issues that have been really important to us and we felt have been important to you. On last week, you noticed, I hope you all got a chance to see the rally that we had at our activity center, the Marcia Keys Activity Center, and that happened to be on the vote for the red light cameras. We ran that show for a couple of shows, the first part and then the second part. So we've just been excited about some of the things that we've been doing here with the Sunnyside Community Voice. Pastor is involved and Pastor Nash is involved in a lot of stuff, and we're just going to go over some of the things that we've been doing. And Pastor, today is a little bit different for us. We're just going to have some general conversation today about some of the things that we've done. And what are some of the things that come to mind for you that you would like to see how our public thinks about that?
Well, let me say to the viewers, welcome to the show. And one of the first things I would like to do is offer prayer for the families of the 8 Navy SEALs that were killed in the crash over in Afghanistan. It's important that we pray for our soldiers, our servicemen and women, who every day they put their life on the line for us while we over in our country being comfortable, still be able to move around, do our things. So we want to offer a prayer for those families. Also, we've been excited about some of the things that's been going on in our center and our community. A lot of things are happening. Of course, we talked about the cameras, the red light cameras, and we had the big rally at our activity center. And one of the things we were really discussing, the fact was the voter displeasure about the cameras being turned on again. 80,000 votes were cast for the cameras not to be turned on, but yet they were turned back on. A lot of displeasure about that, a lot of conversation going on about that. So there's a lot of things that's happening in our city that we're still grasping, trying to get a hold on, and having meetings, trying to get some kind of clarity on the cameras and the votes. We do know that it's difficult to get people out to vote and to get them out to the polls. And once we get them out, we want them to understand that the vote that they cast does count. A lot of problem with voters, getting voters out. For instance, we got a very important year coming up in 2012, and all of the votes are going to be counted. They should be known that the people should get out and vote. We want people to vote. Vote your voice so you can vote. Your voice can be heard through your vote. But 2012 is going to be a very important time to vote. So remember 2012. And also we talked about how we had displeasure with some of the things that happens in our community, the crime, of course. And we really had to stay on top of crime because every day with the economy such as it is, we see more and more shooting, more and more killings, rapes. And I believe as the economy worsens, that we're going to see more and more poor people, oppressed people, being hurt by the economy, even the people that immigrants, for instance, that are working on jobs, or people that are not documented, how they're often taken advantage of when they get their paychecks, and because of the fact they're robbed, and they go unreported. And I think that's wrong, because no matter how you get into the country, I think the law should really stand behind and protect those that can't protect themselves. So there are so many issues that we have to deal with.
And one of my favorite issues that we dealt with was obviously the mental health, because there was just so much information that was brought out during our mental health series on how we're the ones who have to speak out. We can't let it just stay hidden. We have to speak out about mental health. We had a lot of testimonies. We had a rally again at the activity center. We've had classes taught at the activity center, and this has been beneficial to our community, because through this show, a lot of people did come out to our classes, and they came out to the rally, the mental health rally that we had. But I guess right now, what I would like to see, the way I'd like to see us go is that with the economy the way it is, with the budget deficit the way it is, we're going to be tackling some shows that we're going to invite some of our leaders to come out and explain to our citizens what the deficit actually means to us. The bill that was just passed. How is that going to affect us? A lot of seniors don't know and don't understand what's going on. So we would like to tackle that by getting some of our leaders out and letting them kind of explain or answer some questions. They may not be able to answer all the questions, but at least they could answer some of the questions that some of our citizens might have. What do you think about that, Pastor?
Well, I want to give a special thanks out for our Congressman Al Green. He brought in Speaker Pelosi to the Power Center, and they sought to explain some of the problem with the bill, and of course we still didn't really get a good grasp of. People are still wondering just what does this bill contain, what is it about this bill, how will it affect certain people. I know they talked about Social Security, also talked about what other topic they talked about?
Medicare.
Medicare, they talked about that, and that's very important to people. You know, it's a shame that people that can't afford insurance, you got people fighting against people that are poor that can't afford it. I think that's wrong, because I think everybody should have insurance. I know some of the county hospitals, they take on a heavy load, but when you talk about health care, first of all, I believe that people should be able to go and seek help and for the health problem. And sometimes people don't have the finance and the money necessary to do that. They need a plan, where a place where they can go and get treated. Exactly. Even like pre-existing illnesses. That it should be a way that these people that could be taken care of. We got so many things going about this bill, this health care, and we got a lot of things happening in Washington that we don't understand how the two parties are fighting against each other, and seemingly what's happening, the poor people are going to have to pay for the fights that's going on in Washington.
Exactly.
We know President Barack Obama's going through a lot. He's trying to help the people, and they're fighting on every hand. I don't. One thing about politics, you got to be careful, because that's an easy fight to get into.
Oh Lord, yes.
When you discuss politics, so
yes.
That's why it's important that people like Congressman Green, and also at the Power Center, our Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, she also came, and they, along with Pelosi, whom gave a very good synopsis. She really did explain the debt ceiling and Social Security and mental health. I mean, she is very astute. I mean, she is very smart at what she does. Our Congressman Al Green, we're looking forward to have him to come on the show and further enlighten us concerning the health care, because that's very important to us.
Yeah. So many people have so many questions about what's going on, and you're hearing it from all different directions. You know, one person saying this, one person saying that. Our seniors, and I'm talking about our seniors. It should be for everybody, but I'm talking about our seniors who don't understand everything. They need someone that's going to come in and explain to them what's going on. Now, are you going to be able to satisfy all the people? No. You're not going to be able to satisfy all the people, but at least you can give them something that they can go on, something that will help them understand what's been going on. When we started this show, we did not want this show to be about politics. We didn't want it to be, about who's running for what and who's running for that. But when you see things happening in Washington like they are, it would be, I think it would be irresponsible of us not to at least speak on those issues, because these are issues that affect our communities. So yes, we do have to bring politics in sometime here on the show. It's not about who's running for what or that, but the politics, it is going to come in. It's the same thing with religion. You have to give everybody their voice. You know, everybody has a voice, and they have to be able to voice their opinion and to have their opinion. So we've done a lot for our communities, and I'm just really excited about the show, because this show is about issues. It's always been about issues. It's been about our seniors. It's been about our children. It's been about mental health. It's been about families raising their children. So these are important issues. And I guess I'll take the time to say to our audience that if there is an issue that you feel needs to be addressed through this show, the number on the screen, 713-731-7050, call that number and let us know. The Community Voice, can you all talk on this topic? Can you all give us some information on that topic? So we're looking to you too. You can actually call in and voice your opinion about the things that that we do on this show. And if there's an issue that is very close to your heart, or you feel like it would, because we want to always be mindful of the whole community. It's not a personal thing. It's not about what this show want to do. We want to make sure that the information that we get out can help the entire community, not just one community. Do you have anything else on that, Pastor? Because I think we just need to get the community involved some with the show also.
I think so, and I think you're exactly right. One of the things we don't do on this show and will not do, we will not endorse any candidate for anything that they're running for. No. This show is not about that, but at the same time, it's virtually impossible for any church to be in a community and not get involved in politics in some form. Because what happens is politics affect our community, our city, and our county. And I think we have to have somebody that's astute, somebody that's community-minded enough that will go out and bring information to the viewers and to the people in the community, whereas they cannot go out and get it themselves. Now, we're involved in a lot of things.
Yes.
A lot of things in our community, and even in housing. We even building houses, so we're involved in a lot of things. And it's important that we have people that can express their opinion, but we will not get into a debate about anything about religion nor politics. We got too many issues that people are really hurting. People are suffering financially. They're having economic problems. They're having health problems, mental health, you name it. They're having these problems. And it has to be somebody. This is what this show is about, is bringing those issues that are important to the people in the community that cannot get out themselves and get the information. We bring it to the show. And I'm glad you mentioned to the fact that the viewers, if you have an issue that you would like to see dealt with on this particular show, give us a call on that number on the screen so we can address that, because your thoughts and your opinion mean a lot to us. And I know there are some issues out there that you want to talk about. You don't have a platform to do it. You don't have a bullet pulpit to do it, whatever you call it, a soapbox. But we do want to address those things that are concerns of yours. So we want to let you know that this show is about community efforts, community, county, and city efforts that are going on in our city, our kind of community, because we are so community-minded.
Exactly.
That we bring a lot of things. We deal with a lot of people. We come in contact with a lot of people with a lot of different issues, a lot of different problems, and everybody want to come in and give that 2-cent worth. So we have to be up on our game in order to be able to we read the newspaper, we listen to the news. Exactly. I spend a lot of time watching all of the news programs, CNN, SNBC, all of these different ones. That's for me to educate myself on what's going on around the nation as well as our community. So it's a good thing for you to let the community, let the listeners know that we need them to bring in problems that they have and issues that they're dealing with that we can bring on this.